Wow, it looked like Jimmy Church, one of my favorite UFO personalities out there, has had an expanded awareness event. This is really cool. This is amazing. I'm so happy for him, and this is just awesome. And I just wanted to share this with you guys. By the way, this is Cosmic Road, where I discuss UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like. Please subscribe, share on social media. I've got social media links below if you wanted to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That'd be really cool. But yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. Well, I am fascinated by expanded awareness events, and I am under the impression that is happening more and more lately. To get woo-woo, it seems like we're entering some sort of new energetic phase, if you will, or a new level of connection with the beyond. And this stuff seems to be happening more and more. I had my own Kundalini awakening in February of this year. And since then, I have become even more fascinated by this. Now, I've already spoken about my Kundalini awakening a couple of times on the channel, so I'll let you go check those videos out. But it was an amazing event. It really, really was. However, I never quite got the expanded awareness moment that I think Jimmy Church had. So, I don't want to say that I'm jealous, because my own experience was transcendent and just amazing. But my ambition is to someday have the expanded awareness moment that he seems to have had. So, without any further ado, let's just let him describe it in his own words. Here he is.
Behind me, you can see this wall. This wall goes down a cliff. This is where my feet were dangling, and I had a total supernatural experience, spiritual experience, right before this. This wall goes down about 75 feet to the shore's edge. Then there's a boat ramp, and you can see the rocks laid out into the Nile, and that's where the boats came up, 3,000 years ago and parked. But this covers this right here, what you're looking at. This right here covers this entire island. So there you go.
Well, are you going to share your experience?
Oh, man. Okay.
Even just slightly?
All right. I'm going to make this brief because it's, first off, it's a very long story. Number two, it's very personal. And three, I don't know what the bleep happened. All right. So I'm still unpacking it, but this is the deal. So I'm over here. Let's back up. I'm inside the temple, which is here. And while I'm inside of the temple, everybody here is walking to this little market. There's a little refreshment stand, coffee thing over here. And but I'm inside the temple, and my head starts going. So I come out of the temple over here, and I walk across where everybody else is, and I get a bottle of cold water from the market, and then I walk back out drinking the water, and I go out past this temple. This temple is where I'm sitting here, okay? So, I see right here, this is the market. You see it down here?
Kind of.
Okay. All right, that's the market. So I come out, I round the corner, and I come over here, and right here, this is the edge of the cliff, and I sit down. And as I sit down, I've got the cold water, my head stops spinning, and my feet are dangling off the edge of the cliff, and I'm looking at the Nile River, and I'm kind of taking it all in, and then, boom, up my back. So I'm sitting on this rock, and it goes right up my back, base of my back, and it was like electricity, and it's rolling. It goes right up my neck. And then I put my hands down on, I'm 100 feet above these rocks. I'm way up on this cliff. And so I put my hands down, I'm kind of hanging on, and I close my eyes, and it just rolls up and goes right out of my forehead. I can feel it. And then I'm just sitting there, and I open up my eyes, and everything is like in panchromatic technicolor. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to share anything else. I'm still unpacking it. But as this is going on, and I'm just kind of looking around, I don't understand. I don't have a coach. I don't have somebody with me going, okay, so Jimmy, this is what you're experiencing. No, I'm by myself. Right? And so as this is going on, these two friends come up, Matthew and his fiance, Eva, very cool people. He puts his hand on my shoulder and he goes, hey, man, what's going on? I sit. I was in this thing. And they sit down and we're sitting there dangling our feet off. And we sat there for like a half hour, 30 minutes. And just watching the Nile roll by. It was extraordinary. I'll share more about that experience later. But this went on a few times a day at different sites.
Few times a day.
Yeah. It's very powerful. Very powerful.
Oh, so, I know that you're still attempting to unpack that. And if that's happening so consistently, it can be kind of difficult. But from your knowledge of it right now, why do you think it was happening to you so often?
It's happening to everybody. We had 75 people on our tour. 67 of them were just people like you and I. The other 10, security and the camera crew and stuff. So we had about 75. At some points, we had 80 people on our tour. 67 people were experiencing this for the first time. And we would all get together and talk at night. We would talk on the ship. We would talk in the morning over breakfast. We would talk during the day. And I'm serious. I just saw people just brought to tears. Eva, we were at Dendera, and Eva. Let me see here. Hold on for a second. Okay, I've got a picture of Eva and I, Matthew's fiance. So we're at Dendera. Eva, if you hear this or see this, I apologize for sharing something so private and personal. But I come out and I'm in the front of the temple of Dendera, and I'm doing an interview with these Russian scuba divers. They were in wheelchairs. And so they had me come up and talk to them, and the big documentary film crew from Russia. So I'm out there doing that, and I turn around and I see Shah coming out with Eva, and she's holding her, and I look, and Eva has just got tears and just coming down, and she sits down and just an emotional state that happened over and over again. And it's just, you get overpowered with this. And she sat there. I went over and sat next to her, and what's going on? It was lovely. She just went through it. It was just incredible. It was just incredible. And it happened over and over and over and over and over again with so many of our friends. It was just amazing.
So that's all he would say about it. But it's fascinating that he doesn't seem to be the only one to be having this experience. It seems like multiple people in his tour group were having very powerful experiences as they were touring around Egypt. It's also worth noting that at a certain point in his tour, he went into a pharaonic lake. I had never even heard of this, and he said he had never even heard of this until he was invited to go down into one. And it's very secret, it's very sacred. It is where the pharaohs would go to cleanse themselves before religious ceremonies, apparently. And it is underground. It is 5 stories underground. Jimmy Church went into this lake, whatever is down there, and he experienced the bathing process, and he was cleansed, he said. And I don't know if that has anything to do with his expanded awareness event. And he was very reluctant to talk about the Pharaonic Lake because of the secret and sacred nature of it. And I totally respect that. It makes me want to go to Egypt all the more. Maybe, I will get invited to go to a Pharaonic Lake. Or maybe there's only one Pharaonic Lake. I don't know. If you know anything about the Pharaonic Lake or Pharaonic Lakes, please let me know in the comments below. As for Jimmy's actual expanded awareness event, he talks about how the energy coursed up through him and came out through his forehead, which one would think would be the third eye, which is very typical of Kundalini awakenings. Now, he doesn't appear to have had a textbook Hindu Kundalini awakening, which is what I had. But he actually had a moment of expanded awareness that I didn't have. So and that's one of the most fascinating things about these enlightenment experiences is that there are different modalities for them. I had an acupuncturist that I went to about 6 months ago, and he had an enlightenment event. But it wasn't a Kundalini event. It was a little bit more similar to Jimmy Church's event. He was meditating and felt this great heat arrive in his belly and ascended up him. And then he had this moment of expanded awareness and consciousness and connection with all things. But the Kundalini awakening is this energy that courses up your spine, and you feel these pulses up your spine, and you go into kind of seizures or spasms, and which is what I had. So, and typically the Kundalini experience does result in enlightenment or the opening of the third eye. My Reiki instructor tells me that my third eye is open. So, and was opened by this event. I am not aware of my third eye being open. I'm not seeing anything that I wasn't seeing before, or consciously aware of anything that I wasn't before. So maybe it is in me a more unconscious or subconscious process. But with Jimmy Church, it sounds like actual energy poured out of his third eye. And he was able to see amazing sights that he is not talking about at the moment. So it sounds to me, based on what little he has said about it, and I really hope he expounds on that soon, but it really sounds like his third eye opened in that moment. That is awesome and transcendent. From my research into this stuff, it does seem to be happening more and more. And it's very interesting that it happened for him in the sacred sites in Egypt, which is a very powerful place. And I really hope to go there at some point in the near future. My Reiki instructor, she had her first Kundalini awakening when she went to a very special church, I believe in Arizona or Nevada. A small church way out in the middle of nowhere. It was a very powerful place, and she stepped inside and had this amazing experience, this Kundalini awakening. And she has had 6 Kundalini awakenings over the course of her life. And with each one, she has had enlightenment. That is amazing. Again, I'm not jealous because my own experience was incredible. And I would never want to change what happened to me in a million years. It was just insanely amazing. But it is my ambition to hopefully someday have a conscious enlightenment and a conscious awakening of my third eye or evolution of my third eye in a way that I can consciously perceive. Was Jimmy Church's awakening experience or his expanded awareness event triggered specifically by the sacred sites in Egypt that he was visiting? It appears likely. But it is worth noting that these incidents, from my research, and if you've done your different research and have different conclusions, please let me know. But from my research, it does seem like these events are happening more and more as we enter a new phase. Some call it the Age of Aquarius. I was raised, scoffing at hippies and looking down on the New Age. So it's hard for me to say the Age of Aquarius without snickering a little bit, but there really does seem to be something to it, and that could be what helped me along in my own Kundalini awakening. But whether that is what helped Jimmy along, I have no idea. What about you? Have you had an expanded awareness event or know somebody that has? I would love to hear about it in the comments below. Please drop a line. I am just so fascinated by these experiences and the connection we seem to be able to form with the beyond, whatever that means exactly. Beyond the veil, I suppose I should say. Higher states of awareness, of consciousness, different higher dimensions. What exactly are we talking about? I don't know. But I would love to find out, and I hope to someday. I think it's important to talk about this stuff and to get the word out about this. This is an extremely important topic. We each have the potential to have expanded awareness and consciousness. And I can't help but wonder if that's one reason we're here, or one reason we are here during the time that we are here. A lot of people say that we come into this world for particular reasons, and we choose the age that we have come into, again, for particular reasons. Well, if we have come into this age of Aquarius, maybe we came to experience this awakening and this greater connection with the beyond. At any rate, it could help the evolution of humanity. That sounds a bit grandiose, but it might be true. Anyway, what do you think about all this? Drop a line in the comments below. Is this too crazy, or is this something that you would like to learn more about and hear more about? My last video about Kundalini awakenings didn't get a lot of views. So if you do appreciate this sort of content, please let me know and please share this video. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and please hit the bell to be notified of future videos. That'd be super awesome. There are social media links below. Please follow me on Facebook and Twitter. That'd be really awesome. I'm trying to build this channel. Follow me on those platforms, and then when I post that I have a new video, it would be really helpful if you would share that link. Also, there is a PayPal button below. If you wanted to support the channel, that would be super awesome. Until next time, guys, Cosmic Road out.